show you how I photograph my art to get it ready for either competitions or to reproduce them into prints. And I have a sun hat on because I usually do this outside. Now you could buy a bunch of fancy lights and easels and that sort of thing, or you could take them to a professional to have them photographed and reproduced. But I'm just showing you how I do it, and I've had several paintings that have won in competitions, and I've sold a lot of my paintings. So anyway, maybe not a total expert, but let's go get started.
Okay, it's a bright sunny day. I'm outside at noon. I got onto the porch, so I'm not in the bright sun. It's shady on the porch, but it's not like speckled with trees and leaves and stuff shining through. I showed you the screen on my camera. That was blurry through my video camera, but the images were good and the photos were nice and clear because I had good clear light. And so photographing on the porch is what I'll do a lot of times, mostly in the middle of the day. And then sometimes I'll go ahead and move to the edge of the light, like on my driveway. I'll lay the paintings flat on the ground rather than propping them up like on this bench. Now I was zooming in there to see how detailed my image was, and it really had sharp detail. Okay, so here I am on the driveway. I squat down and prop my elbows on my knees. I hold the strap of my camera firmly so that my camera is secure even without using the tripod, and get down really close so I don't have to zoom in. And then I'm using a little Canon PowerShot there. And then my phone camera is not really good, but if I've got good light, which I did today, then I get a good clear photo. So I was excited to get some good photos with my phone. Downloaded our photos. I've downloaded my photos, and I want to show you how to edit these to get them ready for competition, like a juried art show. So what I've got, let me show you this folder. These are the ones that I took up on the porch, these first ones right here, and then I have one that I took in the driveway, and these two over here are the ones in the driveway. So let me just kind of bring this up and show you why I'm choosing the ones that I chose. All right, so this one, you can see that the sky looks pretty good and the detail is really good here, but this corner is a little bit washed out. And so let me go down to the photo of the ones that, the photo of the paintings that I took while I was in the driveway. The light was a little bit different in the driveway, and so you can see I've got good detail, but this corner did not wash out. It was for whatever reason. So usually when I'm photographing, I'll take the photos in several different places. All right, so I just wanted to show you that folder. Now I'm going to open up. I've got two already open. I'm going to show you how to open this. I'm going to open my photo. So here's my folder, Photograph and Editing Your Art, and I want to get this one. So open that one, and in the video you saw me zoom in. If you watched the video, you saw me zoom in. So I'm going to zoom in. I am going to hold the control button down and hit my plus key. And so what I'm looking for is the amount of detail that's in, like I can see the canvas texture that's not a Photoshop add-on canvas texture. I can see the dirt under his fingernails in this painting. This painting was a 16 by 20. So now what we're going to do is we're going to crop this. And so I have it on no restriction. In your drop down bar, you can choose these different sizes, or you can put in your own size. But for right now, we're going to do no restriction, and then I'm going to show you how to resize it. I'm going to use my arrow key to move that just a little bit inside the canvas area. And then to rotate this, we'll go to Image, Rotate, and I'm going to go to the left, obviously. So this is the way that the judge will see this whenever it comes into their inbox. Now, their instructions were to be no longer than 1,000 pixels on the longest side. So to do that, I'm going to go to Control-Alt-I, and so I'm going to change that to a 300 here. And then up here, I'm not going to worry so much about this, the inches part, but up here in this pixel dimension, the height is its longest side, so I'm going to change that. Oh, let me show you this. I also have constrained proportion. which means that it's going to keep it in proportions. I'm not going to end up with a whomper-jawed painting. So 1,000, if you'll watch the numbers above and below, you'll see what it does. It changes, I was pointing with my finger, it changes these numbers too. So 1,000, it was 21 megabytes and now it's 2.1 megabytes. And the restrictions also said that it needed to be no larger than 5 megabytes. So that's what we're going to save that like that, and we'll give it a name. And I follow my directions on my prospectus on how they want it named. Oh, I don't want to save this for the web. No, I want to save this, just do a save as. And I'm not going to save it with that image name. I'm going to give it its own name, like Pearl of Great Price in Kelly. And whatever the specs are on the prospectus, that's what you need to follow. Whatever the instructions say, that's what you need to do. All right. So that was that one. And let me bring it up again. I'm at Control Plus again, and it would be Command on a Mac. I don't have a Mac, and I'm mostly a Windows girl. Okay. So this would still print in a catalog pretty good. All right. So here's the this one. That's not the one that I want to edit right now. So let me go ahead and open up that one that I showed you that was here at this corner that took it in on the driveway, not on the porch. This was not taken with my phone. This was taken with my camera. Now, you can see right here, that's wider, that space is more narrow. It's kind of a little lopsided. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skew this. I'm going to go back up to Image, and in Transform, choose that skew. And so I can pull that little corner out until that looks pretty straight, and then pull this down. Now I can eyeball this, or I could open up in the view, I can open up the grid tool, and then I have all of these little lines. All right, but so whether it's my lens that does this, see how that's above that line there? I don't know whether that is the lens or what causes that distortion, but we'll just crop that out here in a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to tell that okay. I'm going to turn that grid off. There's the grid. And maybe just skew this one more time. And bring this up just a little bit. There we go. All right. And so the reason I'm repeating this is, I mean, you can stop it if you want to, because I'm just going to basically repeat what I was just showing you and telling you, which is the no restriction. And there. Now, if you wanted to save this for a print, you could go in here and change this to like an 8x10, and you could crop it to an 8x10, but we've just got this at no restriction. All right. So, and a while ago I did a Control-Alt-I to get the resolution up, the pixels up, but right, so this is where you would do that here. So you go to Resize your image size, and even though this is painted on a canvas, that's not what that's talking about. I want to change the DPI, or this resolution, to 300, so in case they were going to print it. The longest side needs to be 1,000, so this it's wider, longer at the top side across landscape, portrait, landscape. It's longer widthwise, so we're going to do 1,000. It's still in constrained proportions. Tell it okay. Save as. Change that to a JPEG. Whatever the prospectus says. And Kelly, number 1, landscape. Save that. Yes. And then are we going to save no, we're not going to save any changes. This one's watercolor. So I'm going to pull this up, Control Plus, so you can see it's got pretty good detail there. like that. The colors look good when comparing it. I'm not going to enhance it in any way because I want the judges to see what they're actually going to get whenever they select my painting and I send it in to them. So we'll crop this pretty much how she'll look in the matted. And so this one would probably be matted to an 11 by 14. Do that one more time, but we don't need that clip there and we don't need that edge. There we go. Move that. I'm going to touch that corner right there. So what I'm going to do, this is just kind of a little bonus. I wouldn't normally be doing this, but this is a little bonus. Let me bring this up so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got this little color picker. So what I did is came over here and got the little eyedropper. Got this color that's right up here in the corner. Get me a little paintbrush. Give me a soft round brush. It's got a little soft edge. And you can see this is the size of my brush right here, that little circle. I'm going to use my bracket key, the right hand bracket key, and that's going to make that brush larger. And it's set down here to 62%, and there's the size of my brush. I'm just going to kind of touch this corner a little bit to kind of get rid of that clip. All right, so that didn't change my painting any. It just touched that little corner. So that was free. I'm not going to charge you for that. All right, so let's look at her image size again. Image, resize, or Control-Alt-I. And right there's your shortcut. Alt-Control-I. Change that to 300. The longest side, which is the width side, so we're going to do 1,000 because that's the prospectus requirement. We're still under 5 megabytes. Tell it OK. Save it. Laurie in red. Save that one. Now I want to show you one more. I downloaded what I had to do with when I took the picture with my phone, because sometimes my phone doesn't take great pictures. So what I did is I have to email it to myself. And so now that image is in downloads. Oh, let me just go to downloads. And it was today, so 0615. I'm going to grab this one. Because I had really good light, I got a pretty good image. So let me rotate that. Let me zoom in. And I was really surprised with my phone that I got as good an image as what I got. But I'm going to go ahead and go with that's pretty nice. I think I will go ahead and use this one. So we'll just do one more crop. Again, I'm at no restrictions. There we go. And Control-Alt-I, 300 for printing. Change that width, the longest side, whatever their specs are. Okay. And save it as. And we're going to get back over here to our, actually I'll just save it right here just so I don't have to, so I can just save some time. So we'll just call that landscape. All right, that is going to finish us up on how to edit your art, how to photograph and edit your art for competition. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.